Hey guys, it's Kurt Runger from Attorney Mentors, and I equip newly licensed attorneys with the knowledge and skills they need to successfully start their own solo law practice straight out of law school. So one of the things I wanted to talk today about was the importance of effectively conveying your message to your potential client or your prospect in your initial consultation. The initial consultation is the most important stage of the representation for most attorneys. That is the first instance where your prospect actually meets with you face to face. You've heard the expression, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. That is absolutely true. And there are so many attorneys, even veteran attorneys who are practicing 20 years, 30 years, who screw this up on a daily basis and cost themselves hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. This process, this initial consultation process, is so critical that I actually devote an entire class to it in my attorney mentorship program. But today I wanted to just touch briefly on it for you and give you a great anecdote about something that happened to me earlier this week that totally emphasizes the importance of the initial consultation. So I was meeting with two individuals on Tuesday of this week who had just recently fired their previous attorney and were looking for new representation and wanted me to potentially represent them in their case. And I had one of my associate attorneys sitting in the consultation with me because he is likely going to be the one who handles this case, but I had been the point of contact with these individuals over the phone prior to them coming in the office, so I was sort of taking the lead. I sit down with these individuals and I mapped everything out for them in the most basic of layman's terms, explained to them what it was like to be sued in Tennessee, that you literally get handed a piece of paper, which is the complaint, that you have a certain amount of time in which to respond or file an answer or counter complaint or whatever you want to file in court to keep yourself from getting defaulted on. And mapped everything out for them, told them, my analysis of the case and just laid it all out there for them beautifully on a silver platter. And they ended up retaining us. And at the end of the consultation, one of the guys actually said to me, the thing that I love about you, the thing that you did so well that I did not like about my previous attorney, was that you were able to make things easy for me to understand. You mapped everything out for me. I understand now. I have a clear understanding of what this process is like, what we need to do going forward, what the game plan is going forward. And my previous attorney just couldn't do that or didn't do that. And here's the deal about this guy's previous attorney. I know this guy. He's not a novice attorney. I mean, he's probably been out 5 or 6 years. He's practicing on his own, but he clearly did not do a good job of conveying the message to the prospective client, or actually his client, the client who had retained him at some point to represent him on this case. And I see that constantly. I can tell you right now that I have had numerous associates work at my law practice. I've sat in and watched them literally confuse the hell out of people in these consultations and try to wow them with their big fancy words and their legal acumen and getting way uber technical and going into things that don't really need to be addressed, and they totally botch this consultation and they cost themselves money. Some instances, a lot of money. So even veteran attorneys can screw this up, and it's very important. But immediately after my consultation, I'm feeling great about myself because of that compliment that the client gave me, and I popped my head in my associate's office and I said, look, that is how you do it. Did you see that? That guy basically said that the reason that he hired us was because I was able to lay something out for them clear and in layman's terms and help him understand what the process was. And the previous attorney wasn't. I said, what a great lesson for you to learn and witness firsthand. What a great lesson. And I'm sitting here internally patting myself on the back, celebrating myself because I love teaching newly licensed attorneys. I love teaching new attorneys really face to face. If I can work with them one-on-one, that's great, but it's so much more fulfilling in my practice where I can actually work with these attorneys and teach them one-on-one. Unfortunately, Attorney Mentors is outstanding, but a lot of times I only get to train these individuals over video conference calls, so I can't see the successes that occur in their practices. I can't be present with them in the conference rooms when they close these deals. But fast forward to something else, and this is the important part of the story. So I was feeling good about myself. I loved getting that compliment from the client who had just retained me. And then a couple hours later, I met with a young couple and about a case that they had that they wanted to hire me on. And I got lazy. I just got lazy in the consultation. I did not do a good job of laying everything out for these individuals. And the female was the primary client. Her boyfriend was in there. He understood what I was trying to say, but clearly I missed the mark with his girlfriend because he was trying to explain to her essentially what I said, and it registered in my head. I said, I did not do a good job. I need to back up. Let's back up. And then I backed up and I proceeded to lay everything out for this particular client who also retained me. So that's 2 clients in one day, and I can honestly say that's great. And the reason I was able to do that was because I was able to effectively communicate with them, to effectively map everything out. These people, when they come to you, they've probably never been sued before in their life, or they've never sued anybody before in their life. People are usually coming to you in a time of crisis. It's not a good thing if you're going to see a lawyer. There's usually a problem. Maybe you got arrested, or you're getting divorced, or you got in a car wreck, or you need to file bankruptcy, or somebody died. So they're going through personal crises, most likely, a stressful time, and the last thing they need to do is to feel overwhelmed with somebody trying to drop a bunch of buzzwords and legal jargon on them. You really need to be able to relate to them. You really need to be able to talk to them like they have no understanding of what's going on, because they don't. So that is my tip for you newly licensed attorneys who probably, in Tennessee, I think you just got sworn in last week. So congratulations on that. And just remember, when you are meeting with these clients and they're coming in for the initial consultation, you'll never get another chance to make that first impression. You want to do a good job. If you screw it up and you botch it, you could cost yourself hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. And if you're rolling your eyes at me right now while I'm saying that, you're probably the type of individual who needs to watch this video the most, and the type of individual who needs extensive training on it. So I hope everybody has a great day, and I will see you soon.